Hey guys, Shui here. Episode 11 of the No Shui Out podcast is brought to you by ShuiWrestling.net. If you want to see me breaking not just on Whatnot, but offline and get better deals, make sure to join ShuiWrestling.net. Post your cards. I'll share them for you. It's kind of like a free consignment service. Also, a quick shout out to my guy J Star, hooking me up with the Chiba Hut swag. Shout out Chiba Hut if you're a fan of Dank sandwiches. Definitely check them out. The unofficial official sponsor of Shui, but we're working on that one. But yeah, we're gonna hop right in, guys. I wanted to talk about the Elimination Chamber. I wanted to talk about Donruss Elite, how I feel the release has been going on that, and depending on how I feel, might get a little spicy at the end. We'll see how I'm feeling. I don't know. I'm not sure if I want to really go there, but Lord knows I'm tempted. Give me strength. So, anyways, check out the beat, and I will be on the other side. All right, guys. So yeah, I wanted to hop on. Elimination Chamber is still fresh. I was able to finish it up today. Overall, not a bad pay-per-view. Nothing besides Cody challenging The Rock, nothing too crazy, but nice seeing Cody stand up to The Rock like that. I think that's what a lot of us wanted anyway, seeing Cody versus The Rock. Was also a huge fan of, I know a lot of people weren't happy about it, but I'm a big fan of what they're doing with Drew currently. I'm, uh, I'm happy to see that he won the Elimination Chamber. I really have been enjoying him shitting on CM Punk. People calling him DM Hunk, I think is great. I'm curious to see what goes on. I'm thinking he might already have a contract extension, but I don't know. I'm not too hip, but everything they've been doing with Drew pretty much since CM Punk has shown up has been amazing in my opinion. Other thoughts that I had from the Elimination Chamber. I thought Tiffany Stratton did a great job in the chamber. I definitely see high upside on her. I know a lot of people have been trying to get her cards. We actually just hit her 1 of 1 base out of my second case of Elite for my guy Pickle Chuck. Shout out Pickle Chuck. Sick card. I definitely feel like, something to potentially watch grow in price. I think it's going to be worth a lot more than some of the quotes I've been hearing him getting so far, but we'll see. Cards are always fascinating in that sense. I thought she did great. I'm kind of confused still what's going on with LA Knight. Before he had that match with Roman Reigns, before CM Punk showed up, he was so hot, and I feel like he's kind of just I feel like he's still kind of hot, but I feel like he's kind of lost some momentum. Maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, definitely hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, wherever at Shui Nostalgia. Let me know your thoughts. I just feel like he's kind of lost some of that momentum. They didn't need to have him go against Roman Reigns. They could have easily just kept him doing his thing on the side. Maybe, I was hoping he would go against Gunther eventually and beat Gunther for the title, the Intercontinental title, that is. But I've been hearing a lot of people talk about him going against, Logan Paul or whoever at some point for the U.S. title. I don't know. To me, that seems kind of extremely, I would say secondary, but Intercontinental secondary. It just seems a lot lower in terms of importance. And I felt like I don't feel like they've lost the moment entirely, but I felt like they've lost some of the momentum with LA Knight. Other random thoughts about Chamber. I thought the Rhea versus Nia match was actually pretty good. I know people love making fun of Nia, but I thought they've done pretty well with Nia since she's come back. She definitely seems improved in the ring. They're definitely giving her a nice push, and people legitimately don't like her, so she's great as a heel. And they're kind of coming up to that moment where with Rhea, who realistically is gonna beat her? I really hope it's not Becky Lynch. But who's going to beat Rhea? Because right now, there's no one really on the roster that I'm that excited about potentially beating Rhea. Obviously I'm a huge Jade fan. I'd love to see them go head to head at some point. I don't think it really makes sense for them to go head to head yet. If they did something with Bianca to change her character, I think that could be fun. I'm getting kind of a little tired of Bianca's gimmick. I like Bianca. I just feel like there's a lot more left that we haven't seen yet with her. You know, whether it's her turning heel or changing up her character at some point. You know, I just feel like there's another level she can get to at some point. Overall, though, you know, I thought the chamber again was pretty good. Austin Theory seems to keep getting shit on consistently. I'm kind of, you know, it's been interesting. I'm kind of confused, I guess, with what's going on with Austin. He might have been a Vince guy, but seeing him go from beating John Cena, getting stunned by Austin, to pretty much any time they need someone to get his ass kicked, they just bring him out to get his ass kicked by some celebrity or someone else. You know, I would say I don't really know what they're doing with him, but at least he's still getting time. But it seems like his momentum moving up also has kind of been, I don't know if I'd say capped, but moving lateral, I guess is a nice way to put it. I hope they keep doing these international pay-per-views. I think they're great besides the super early start time. But yeah, no, it was really good. I enjoyed it. You know, I was talking to a family member about this, just random thought. I kind of wish they had changed the name of Elimination Chamber. As a Jewish person, it's a little awkward, but that's just a super random throw-in side thought. As far as, I love the transition, by the way. As far as WWE Donruss Elite, you know, it's been growing on me. The first 3 cases I've had have been fire. You know, I've pulled 2 Austin autos to 25. We pulled a Tiffany Stratton, like I mentioned earlier, 101. I pulled a John Cena 101, part of the Spellbound series. We pulled an Apollo Crews 101 auto in break 3, as well as Charlotte Flair auto 1 of 1 on card pen pal, which, guys, is a gorgeous card. Which again, Pickle Chuck hit the Charlotte and the Tiffany, which is just the odds of him in back-to-back breaks hitting 2 monsters like that is crazy. So shout out again, Chuck. I'm not huge, I would say, on the product being Donruss Elite. It's just fascinating. You know, they've kind of benefited from the fact that WWE hasn't had any new card products for 6 months. So Donruss Elite comes out, and the case price in some cases, well, no pun intended, has shot up like $500 to $1,000 depending on where your starting point was. You know, I've seen some cases, you know, I think Steel City on eBay had it for like $3,200 on a case, and I've seen other people trying to charge between like $2,500 to $3,200 on cases, which to me, it's just, I don't see the value at that point personally on the product. For that price point, it's going to be a harder break, you know, for doing breaks like that. I'm probably going to end up doing smaller breaks just because the last case I didn't do so hot based off of what current market value on the cases are. And even, you know, some of the, I'm not going to put out, you know, the Chuck's business about what he's been offered on the Tiffany, but some of the offers to me have been surprisingly low compared to what I would expect for such a hot prospect, someone who's coming up on the main roster with immense potential. So I don't know if I necessarily see the value in Elite yet. We'll see once some of the bigger cards from the set start moving and see if it's really there. It's nice seeing on-card Cody autos. It's nice to just see Cody autos in general coming out of boxes, but especially on-card is cool. It's nice they have the gold pen for the numbered out of 10. You know, I've seen that kind of backfire at some points. I saw a Jey Uso auto where the pen kind of had died on him or something, so the auto looked pretty crappy. But yeah, I mean, again, okay product, way too much base, 20 packs, like, you know, the hit or 2 hits in the pack are always on top, so you're really just speeding through all this endless base, man. And when I say endless, like, dude, these first 2 cases, sorting all that base was brutal, man. It took a while. I had a family member help me. Definitely was a lot of work. So yeah, I kind of got Revolution vibes from it. You know, way more base than Revolution. At least you get the 2 guaranteed autos, but it's just the card stock's a little weak comparatively to as you guys know, I'm big on hand feel allure for AEW. The cards feel great. They have that Topps Chrome, Topps Finest feel. Panini doesn't seem to have cards like that from what I've seen so far. So these cards seem like they might chip easier and seem lower quality to me. That's just my personal opinion. The number to 25 cards that are teal, people seem to like a lot. They look like teal AEW Pyros to me. Like, honestly, almost the exact same thing. But, it's people have been fiending for WWE products, so it's just this interesting point in the market where these cases and all this stuff have been going up so high because people are fiending for WWE product. I just don't really think it's super worth it, and that's coming from a guy who's probably has another 2 cases on the way that I'm going to be selling. So it's the business. People like WWE more than AEW. Their cards sell for more and better, so I get it. There's stuff I'm hunting in there too, obviously, for my Mello and Grayson PCs, but I'm not as high on Elite, and I feel like a lot of people are kind of just high on Elite because they're just so happy to see new WWE cards again, which is valid. The whole checklist debacle, I don't know if you're not aware of the checklist debacle. Basically, Beckett posted the checklist, and a lot of the names that they had on there, I think it was about 30 or 40, were only in the Blaster product, but they didn't really specify that, and it was kind of a trial and error figuring out what was in it and what wasn't based off of people getting in multiple breaks and looking at multiple cases and seeing what came out. Certain names just weren't popping out, so not the best look on that front. You'd think Panini could take the time to release an itemized and clean sheet as far as like what's actually in the product, so that you as a consumer, me as a consumer as well, can know what's coming out there. But as a breaker, it's definitely been a bit of a nightmare dealing with that. Excuse me. So those are my initial thoughts on Elite. Is it impeccable? Is it immaculate? No. Is it select? No. Is it better than Revolution? In my opinion, yes. A lot of nice NXT women's autos in there too, which is pretty cool. We hit a Monsters Thea at a 10 auto for my guy Dusty Rhodes, which is sick. A lot of nice legend spots, but again, just kind of filling a need since people are so desperate for new WWE cards. Speaking of desperate for new WWE cards, again, I'm killing it with the transitions this time, guys. Killing it. Are we doing NFTs again, guys? I thought NFTs were dead. I thought we talked about how the value on NFTs had gone down, and we had all these stories about crypto bros spending all this money on NFTs and the metaverse and all this stuff that didn't really work. I don't know, man. If I'm paraphrasing an episode of Rick and Morty, where stupid Rick talks to Jerry and basically says like, I don't know if this has any inherent value, but if it makes you happy, then I'm happy for you. That's kind of how I feel about NFTs. Am I gonna buy NFTs? Fuck no. I ain't buying NFTs, bro. I'd rather get some cases, like put money towards cases so I can rip more for y'all, or just like get actual cards that I can hold in my hand. For certain people, there's certain stuff that's only in the NFTs, so I get that, but I'm not into NFTs. I think it's stupid. I think it's just another way for people to make more money. It's like, hey, we can literally sell the card twice. At least with EPAC on AEW, which I'm not a huge fan of, they'll send you the cards. It's not like they're gonna send you the NFT card, and then you can lose your password, all this other stuff. I'm just not a fan of NFTs. If it brings you joy, I'm sorry. If I shit on your dream, I'm sorry. If you like them, more power to you. I'm not gonna be wasting my money on it. It's just, it ain't gonna happen. But yeah, so besides that, we're gonna take a very quick break while I figure out if there's any points I missed in the first part of the pod, and we'll be back from a word from our sponsor. Hey guys, if you enjoyed the podcast and you're like, Shui, how can I support you and all this great free content you're providing? Well, I have great news. You can go to shwaynostalgia.com and buy a Shway Nostalgia t-shirt. They're all on there. We got tons. We got the In This Economy, the branded with the logo. I even got Shway candles. We got all sorts of cool stuff on there. You know what else we got? We got a buttload of toys and vintage collectibles. Guys, check it out. It looks like Toys R Us in '96 on there. We got Batman, Superman, Marvel, X-Men, Star Wars, all sorts of vintage sports stuff. A lot of cool nostalgic items. Go check it out. Support the old small business. I'd appreciate it. Also, you can go check out shwaywrestling.net. It's a great community. It's a great place for you to sell all of your cards and other wrestling stuff, and I do breaks on there. A lot of cool stuff. Or follow me on Whatnot at Shway Nostalgia. I do breaks. We stream a lot. We have a lot of good time. And I try to keep people entertained. We have some light fun, guys. So definitely check it out. I appreciate you listening to the podcast. And I hope you enjoy the rest. All right, guys. So we are back from the ad I just read. And yeah, so let me see. We talked about Donruss Elite. Check. We talked about NFTs. Check. Again, if you like NFTs, I'm sorry I just shit on them. And we talked about Elimination Chamber. So I guess the last thing I'm going to do is, I'm so tempted. I'm not going to do it though, guys. This is what I'm going to do, okay? My old high school had a phrase that we had that was the school slogan. The only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. That was said by Edmund Burke. I paraphrased that a little bit. Now, the reason I say that is, I don't know. Collecting cards, collecting wrestling stuff, enjoying wrestling is a hobby. It's supposed to be fun. And I've met so many great, wonderful people, men and women, through this hobby of collecting cards, which, you know, is a high percentage of my job and all that. But man, it saddens me to see all the negativity that I see sometimes in this hobby. And, you know, maybe that's just because I end up having to deal with a larger variety and wide net of people just because of being a card breaker and seeing some of the more ugly sides of the hobby. But I don't know, man. I just think that I think as a community, we just need to focus more on the good stuff. And instead of people going on there and complaining about what you don't like, and, you know, me catching people complaining about me and or friends or other stuff like that, it's just like, why don't you focus on the positive and the good stuff, and why don't you stay out of other people's business? Do what I did. Start a podcast. You can bitch on there all you want, you know. But some of these, you know, some folks just, you have other priorities. You have people who rely on you. Why are you taking your time out of your day to try to bring other people down? If it makes someone else happy and it doesn't hurt you in any way, shape, or form, why are you going to be negative? I don't get it. You know, I enjoy the people I've met on Whatnot. I feel like we have a great community of people that I've met. There's a lot of folks on there I consider really good friends, some brothers. You know, it's just, I feel like people, including myself, like, we could all do better, you know? You won't catch me tweeting about other people. You won't catch me doing that type of crap. I'm not going to do it. But I'm tired of the digital high school shit. You know, like, just because you got other stuff going on and whatever, and, you know, no one knows what anyone else is going through, guys. But I'm just tired of the complaining, bro. You know, I even saw someone bitching on Twitter about, you know, being upset about the phrase, collect what you love. It's like, dude, like, it's like, come on, man. Just let people enjoy what they like. Like, is it really that upsetting that someone might get joy out of something that doesn't bring joy to you? And if so, how does it make your life any shittier? And I know this is like kind of a rant for me and like trust me, this is tame comparatively. Like a couple days ago, if I had done this, I would have been a lot more scorched earth. But I'm not trying to do that, and I even feel weird talking about this shit in general. But I just feel like it needs to be said, you know. If you got, remember in kindergarten, we were told if you got nothing nice to say nothing, you know. And if you're gonna hold certain people to certain standards, hold everyone to those same standards, not just other people. Hold your man to that standards too. Hold your friend to the same standards, you know. But yeah, that's. I'm sorry, guys, if that wasn't the way you were expecting this podcast. Then I just thought it needed to be said. You know, I'm not here for the stupid drama. I'm not here for any of that shit. Like, I enjoy ripping wrestling cards. I enjoy hanging out with people. I enjoy entertaining people. I enjoy making people laugh. I hope that if you listen to my podcast or you've been in my stream, you've gotten enjoyment out of it past just opening cards. I hope I've been able to like entertain you and make your day a little bit better. When people message me that like I've done that, it makes my day better, and it makes me realize that like, you know, even if it's a small difference, I'm making some sort of difference for some people. But yeah, like, you know, to quote Joel Santana, don't watch me, watch TV. You know, if you're that upset about something I'm doing, you got my contact. You know, you can hit me up. You know, you don't got to post about it in Facebook groups. If you got a problem with someone else enjoying stuff, you know, if you got a problem with people being like having fun and enjoying themselves, maybe this isn't the hobby for you. You know, if it's that much of a thing where you got to go online and publicly complain about other people, or just ways people, like literally I see people getting upset about how other people collect and how other people enjoy cards, which is just like, again, if you have nothing nice to say nothing. So sorry for the rant. That's kind of my rant. This was episode 11 of the No Shui podcast. I'm going to figure out what 12 is. I'm probably going to re-listen to this and see if I'm going to keep it in. I appreciate all of you for listening. If you listen to this, let me know. You know, like, rate, and subscribe. If you don't like my rant, I'm sorry I let you down. Feel free to let me know. I'm more than happy to talk to you about it. But I'm just, you know, getting a little worn down with all the pettiness, guys. You know, we're here to have a good time. We're here to, you know, meet like-minded people who like the same stuff we do, which is we all came together because of a love of wrestling at the end of the day. Whether you like WWE, AEW, or both. Let people watch what they like. Let people collect what they like. Mind your business. If it's that upsetting to you about what other people are doing, I think you got some other things you got to take care of, my guy. I'm just saying. So here I am ranting, but thanks again for listening to the pod. I appreciate you more than you know. Thanks for all the support, guys. I look forward to talking to you again, and hopefully I'll see you on the stream. Peace.